You might have seen the short video that I did showing off my modification for my feel-free lure. I want to show you how I did it. This is the sonar pod that comes standard with the lure if you're wanting to mount like a sounder or anything, or a bit of storage area in the centre, but it leaves an open hole through the middle. So I just took that out and I found a motor. These Minn Kota, it's an RT40 SCS, fits straight in. You can see the bullet here, that's about 85mm wide in diameter, and there's only a few models that are like that. So I actually grabbed a different model and tried to put it in, and it just scraped as it went through. But this Minn Kota 40 pound, it goes straight through, and it's got a little bit of breathing space at either side. I'll just show you how easy it goes in. So just slips straight in like that, and then all I did was just shorten the shaft down to, it's about 21 inches, the shaft, and just turned the head of the motor around, which is just one, like drilling one hole in there, spinning the motor around so it faces backwards so you can steer like this. But you can see it just goes straight in. Then you can just run your wiring. So I just run it to a battery at the back here, and on these lures it just comes standard with like a couple of straps that can just hold your deep cycle battery in place, and that way the kayak stays really balanced. But if you have a look at front here, so when you pull the tongue, you can just lift it straight up. That'll get it to be completely flush underneath. You can just have a look. So you can just see now that there's nothing there, it's clear. If you go over any sand flats or anything, or if you're travelling, you can just run it clear. The motor itself, these tilt tiller Minn Kotas, you can adjust this here, and that just works perfectly so that you can take the motor in and out of position and then just sit it straight in there. So when you're setting this up, what you want to do is just be really careful with the length that you cut your shaft to, because if you go too short, then you're not going to have that clearance at the bottom. The other thing that you want to do is just be careful, take a photo of the wiring. You can see that I've taken some photos there when I'm just cutting it down and wiring it. And when you're cutting the shaft, you need to be really careful that you don't cut through the cables that run down to the prop. The other things that I've done for this so that water doesn't splash up is just get some foam and cut a hole at the end, just tie it off so that for the rest of the space in there, you can just plug that when you're motoring around and you won't get any water splashing up or anything like that. And then if you've seen that first video, it runs really smoothly. You can still use your tow rudders, so just to help you steer, it becomes really efficient steering, but you can also do that. The way that I modded it was really simple. So all I've done is get like a metre long piece of aluminium, I think it's like 3mm thick aluminium, and just run it around, just shaped it and then riveted it on. You could probably use like a Sikaflex as well in between if you wanted to get a better hold, but yeah, I just riveted it on and shaped it with a couple of pairs of like multi-grip pliers. This is the rubber, I just bought this from a rubber shop to help make the transom mount, and you can see I just cut it out. I've got some still shots here where you can see how I've just cut it out with a Stanley knife, just so that the clamps fit on and they don't move when you're getting any torque. If you're changing direction or turning the motor, you're not getting any sort of wobble. So yeah, it just comes straight out like that. Really easy. The only thing you might have to watch when you are like taking this off is that the prop is up like that. If it's like that, it won't come out through the hole obviously, but just like that, and she comes straight out. So you can see here I've just done some marks as well, just so I know what I'm doing, and when I can move into shallow water I've just marked where I can get to with the shaft so that I don't go banging the bottom of the kayak with the prop. But yeah, it's dead simple, really easy modification. It just means that you can get to these remote areas and enjoy a lot more fishing time and not have to paddle as much. So that's the modification that I've done for the Feel Free Lure 11.5.